Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about why, as an artist, as a creative professional, you should start your own business instead of working as an employee. This morning I was watching news and I saw that Oracle Beijing is laying people off. They're cutting 900 employees out of this 1,600 employee team. And I think it's really shocking news, because for many people who are working for Oracle in such a well-paid, good company, and suddenly at the age of 37, they are losing their jobs. And it's a really hard thing for them to accept, for anyone to accept. Imagine at 37, your parents are over 67 years old. And that means they're relying on you to support them, because their pensions could be very low in China. And your wife probably just had your second child. And your first child is going to private school, perhaps at 7 years old. And in general, this is the overall worst age to be laid off. And for anybody, this is a situation you don't want to see. And I'm sure that Oracle laid people off based on really valid business reasons, like data, based on their revenue, their profit margin. And I understand for any business, they need to refresh their team and they need to somehow take a different direction to be more profitable. Fair enough. But this is one of the most important reasons for you as a creative professional to start your own business, so that you're not laid off at 37 years old and facing such harsh realities. You can take the steering wheel of your art career and you can decide if this project is not profitable, you take a different direction. And you can move with your expertise, with your capital, with your team, and perhaps with some production materials, and you can use whatever that you have in a new direction and just try to find a way to make more money or make better living and provide better outcomes for your team, for your family. And this is all up to you. You're not depending on a superior power. You're not depending on someone from the United States, from their main headquarters saying, okay, we're cutting and you have to cut. You are based on a valid market strategy, and you can always modify and change, and you have a lot more possibility to control how much you earn if you are willing to study the market. This is totally another topic, and perhaps I'll make other videos on this. The second reason I would say is, if you are a female, I would guess that half of you guys are female artists or creative professionals. Working for another company, you'd face a lot of bias, like a gender bias. You have the glass ceiling, you have the glass door, and if you, for example, are very pretty, and then you have a harassment in the office, and if you are pregnant and then when you come back from your maternity leave, you face a very strange situation where the projects are given away to other people, and you are kind of alone in your team and you cannot fit in anymore. If you are your own boss, you decide. If the employees don't treat you well, you fire them. I mean, you're the boss. They will have to respect you, and they will have to discuss with you not as a female, but as a business professional, as a manager, instead of the pretty girl, the secretary, I don't know, the blonde, blue-eyed pretty girl in the blue skirt. Or not blonde or not blue. I mean, you get me. So I think if you are a female, there's not a better job you can do than being your own boss, so that you are in control and everybody must take you seriously as a professional. The last reason I would say is that as an independent entrepreneur, as a business manager, you are learning, you are growing so much. This could be one of the most fulfilling jobs that you ever have. Instead of being an employee, work 9 to 5, you go home, you don't think about work again, you stop growing. And if you work like this for 17 years, you will be wasted. I wouldn't say that it applies to everybody, but in most of the cases, that we will be very comfortable in our kind of position, in our day-to-day work. And we stop learning new skills. We just use what we have learned in college. Like the Oracle case, at 37 years old as an IT employee, you don't grow as much as a business manager. You only focus on one task at hand, and you lose track of the big picture. And when you are laid off and you have to look for new opportunities, you are constrained and you can only do one thing only. And if you are not updating your skills every day, one day it will be out of the date and you will lose the market value and you will be in a very bad situation financially. That's why working as an entrepreneur, you will always have to learn new things. You are forced to learn marketing, sales, and different skills like how to promote your art business on Instagram, such things that normally you will not have to learn how to use social media to make business if you're an employee. Unless you are working as a community manager, but this is an exception. But then you don't learn about taxation, intellectual property rights. There are many things that you will never come across if you don't start your own business. And that's why it's really good to start your business as soon as possible so that you can learn every single day, you can grow, that by the time you are 37, you can be an all-rounder, you can be so much more skilled and educated and knowledge and updated in many ways than your employee counterparts so that you can stay competitive in the market, no matter if it's a labor market or it is like the free market, like as a business. And that's why many companies now are hiring entrepreneurs or intrapreneurs, those people who has the initiative to do new projects and take the control of their own career. Those are the reasons why you should consider having your own art business instead of working 9 to 5 in a company as an employee. I mean, maybe the pay is stable, but it's boring anyway. So go ahead and think of a business idea and leave me a comment below. Perhaps we can discuss the feasibility, the profit margin of your new art business, and let's get started. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.